Welcome back, one and all, to Dreamworks Dungeons and Dragons. I am your Dungeon Master, August Schmidt. With me, as always, are the wonderful members of our party. We have, in no particular order, Megan playing as Valka, Elle playing as Adora, Lonnie playing as Minarith, Rebecca playing as Gingy, and Tice playing as Shen. It is a pleasure to play with you all again. Last we saw our party, you had made your way off to the Temple of Odin, and deep under the temple itself, you all were able to find this pool of water, and from Adora's sacrificing her own eye, you were able to gain much. Adora, you learned quite a lot, if we're being perfectly honest, about some big questions you guys have had. Some of the biggest stuff is about the sword being split and how it could be reforged, but also that there is a great enemy out there, this dark creature, this man who is the one who killed the Avatar of the Moon. But as you first figured this out and thinking about more about the sword, you were able to make a bit of a plan that if we were to head off back across the frozen waste to find the old mage known as Osrientis, the party would be able to discover more about maybe what to do and some good locations to start. Unfortunately, Valka, using some of that keen draconic intuition, was able to realize that a dragon was on the way. And after getting everyone safely inside the Temple of Odin, realizing it has also been many days, we are now looking at the 25th day of the month, you are all ready to face off against a dragon. As we begin this session, I will direct our attention to our battle map. As we see in this battle map, which I'm about to share with you right now, the beast has flown in and with icy breath created these gigantic walls of ice stretching 20 to 25 feet high. Swirling in the mist, this draconic presence roars in anger and reveals itself to be the monstrous nightmare, or as Valka would know, an icy edition, so to speak. It is coated in this plastic-like ice that seems to drip off of its skin. And as we begin, everyone did have, shall we say, for lack of a better word, a moment of a free action. You guys had prepped a lot, in getting people in and sort of prepping for this combat. What I would ask is we are going to start by rolling initiative. But that this initiative is more or less to also help go through, and you guys each have a chance to say some of these held actions you had going on, and other things to do. So without further ado, let's go ahead, roll initiative, and I will get those pulled up here in just a second.
But now that my dice is taking forever again, so...
What I would actually suggest, Elle, something I've seen...
Sorry.
If you have the app on your phone, usually rolling dice through the phone also helps getting it going faster. I have noticed that. Here we go. We have our creature... The monstrous nightmare. Here we go.
Okay.
Yes, what
That
was
was
that,
a 7-1.
Yeah, not bad, Shen. That's a solid 13. So we have just kind of how I see Minarith. You have the initiative count of 10. Valka also with the initiative count of 10, but I believe Minarith has the better dex right now, so Minarith will be acting first. Adora with a clutch natural 20, very cool. Gingy with a 17, gonna go really far up in that initiative order. And Shen with a 13. Very good stuff. We are going to quickly roll for initiative for this creature. That is really good for you guys. That is a 3 on the die, giving it an initiative count of 5. As that is solid stuff. And of course, I'm copying to the clipboard our initiative tracker so that everyone can keep in count. But of course, we will go Adora, Gingy, Shen, Minrith, Valka, and the Monstrous Nightmare. Now, of course, you all had a moment to prepare. So really what we're going to start with is with Adora, you will have this chance. What did you want for a held action in this turn, if that makes sense?
My held action, it was to, I guess, because the consensus is we need to kill this thing, right?
I believe so.
Okay. I guess if it shows signs of aggression, that I have, ready. Its eye, like trying to find it.
You got really quiet there. Could you repeat that one more time for me?
Oh, and I have a held action to snipe out its eye with an arrow.
Excellent.
One of its eyes.
I like it. Going for a bit of a called shot here. This is actually where I'm going to bring this up here in a second, but 2 points of order here. Adora, you have lost one of your eyes. So it is important to note, can you just kind of mark down that anytime you need to make perception checks, you will do so with disadvantage. Bit of that, kind of detriment. But in this moment, you are getting a shot ready on your longbow to attack this creature. Here's something I will say. We are trying out something on the Nat 13 for these next couple sessions, something I really like, that are called stamina points. Ways to let you guys better do called shots, better find ways to do like more damage. This is something specifically for marshals. So this will be something for Valka, Shen, and Adora. Unfortunately, Gingy and Minrith right now until you take levels in martial classes. All you have to note is every level you have in a martial class will give you a stamina point. So for the 3 marshals, you have 3 stamina points being at level 3. All you have to do is any time before you roll to attack, you can say you would like to use a stamina point to do a called shot. Like in this moment, Adora is trying to just hit one of the eyes. What will happen then is if you roll and hit on the creature, you will be able to enact this called shot or on this body part or very specific thing, and you will do auto max damage on your die. Now, for blood hunters and rogues, that does include if you have the benefits of your Crimson Rights and your sneak attack, those will also auto damage. And this does mean if you happen to crit on these hits, it will max out all that crit damage as well. This is something we're going to try for these couple initiatives throughout our parties, kind of see how people like, just so everyone's aware of that. So Adora, in this sense, if you want to use a called shot right now, go for the eye, I would just ask you to use a stamina point, so you only have 2 left. And these stamina points refresh after a long rest. There's stuff that will be able to return. But go ahead, Adora, make me a attack roll with your longbow and use one of your stamina points to go for the eye for this held action.
Good. So while that's rolling, how's everyone doing today, yeah?
Yes, indeed. Take this moment, just kind of shout out. We don't really have any sponsors. We just do this for fun. So
it is... Dice is a 19. It's thinking it's a 25 to hit.
25 will hit the armor class of this creature. Go ahead, Adora, with your longbow, because this is a called shot. What is the max damage you could do then?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can. We can hear you. You just got really quiet there.
Okay. So yeah, 25 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay.
So go ahead and max the damage on your longbow on this call check.
Oh, so that'll be 12.
The full max 12 will collide, and because it's a successful called shot, it has hit the damage threshold that I have started setting for these creatures. You all watch as Adora pulls back the longbow, retching back, hearing that creaking in the ice and wind, and whisking through the air. The arrow pierces one of the blue glowing eyes of this beast, and now has disadvantage on perception checks as well, Adora. Very well done. Gingy, this will start your held action. Gingy, what kind of held action did you want to have when we began this fight?
I think my held action was to blast. Let me look up. I think that was it.
For sure. Smart stuff. Getting the bless off before we get into the rest of initiative. I like it.
Yeah, I think it was to bless. And then I'm going to cast it at second level.
Ooh.
To get everybody.
I love it. Go ahead. You can definitely cast it at second level. So every member of the party will have the bless on them. Excellent stuff. Really, that will bring us to Shen. Shen, any held actions that you wanted to partake in at this time?
And he had to run and take care of baby, but his held action was going to be a throwing dagger.
Excellent.
And his note is called shot to take out the other eye.
Excellent. We will do so. Let's go ahead. We'll pull up the character and we'll make a roll to try and damage the other eye. So here we go. As we pull up Shen's character to let it be rolled from his sheet, we just need to make the attack. This is going to be a throwing dagger with a +6 to hit.
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to roll for him, or?
I was able to do it from a sheet, no problem, and that was a natural 20 from Shen.
Yes!
Meaning that all of this damage is going to be a critical hit sneak attack damage, which is wildly good. So that will be 4d6 plus 2d4 plus 4, except that will become an automatic 8 plus 4 plus 24. So that is going to be 36 points of damage from Shen into this other creature's eye. Arrow and dagger go off as the monstrous nightmare is now officially blinded and cannot be unblinded without some high forms of healing right now, as it will automatically fail any ability check that requires sight, meaning for anyone curious, hide checks will be automatic now. Those, because it just can't sense you, and any of its attack rolls have disadvantage. As this happens, the creature also is starting to look pretty hurt. Again, these two, stamina point shots coming out from Shen and Adora getting ready to attack, looking really good. But that will make Shen's held action. That will make.
Did he have the bonus action to hide with that, or are we just?
Oh, yes. That was going to be... Well, now he gets the hide for free. So, yes, his hide will go off as this creature cannot see him.
Yeah.
Excellent stuff, yes. Bonus action hide as our friend Shen kind of vanishes into the mist. That will bring us to Minorith's turn. Minorith, what would you like to do?
So I remember at the end of last session, I had listed 3 different ways that I was using prestidigitation. That's because you can do 3 different types at the same time. Can I cast another spell as long as it doesn't take concentration?
I will say yes. Because prestidigitation is going to probably naturally fade in a round or 2, it's that you'll be able to get off something else without it like just immediately negating unless it's a concentration spell.
Thank you. In which case, I'm going to hope that this icy-looking dragon is not invulnerable to fire damage, so I'm going to try and cast Firebolt.
Go ahead.
Nat 13 plus 7 for a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. I will let you then know on the Nat 13 why the Firebolt is about to not work.
I accidentally rolled damage. I didn't mean to.
Oh, you're totally fine. It still would have been 4 points of damage, but as you fire off this firebolt, kind of conjuring sparks between your fingers and blasting it out, as the fire reaches the monstrous nightmare, you notice that the almost, pyroclastic icy goo melting off of this creature seems to absorb the fire and completely negates it. Not the creature itself, but the kind of icy jacket of goo it has on seems to make it immune to fire damage currently.
Interesting. May I make an Arcana check? Because I have a theory.
For sure, make me a free Arcana check. I like it.
Okay. Oh, I have a +0. This will be fun. I know nothing. But basically what I was wondering is whether the layer of iciness and everything, is that something that it created, or is it potentially something that someone else cast on this dragon? Why did I roll it again? I'm so sorry, that was an accident too.
Oh, you're totally fine.
But yeah, with a natural 3, I learned nothing, I imagine.
I see. On the Nat 3, you might have to go off of your base gut instinct. There's not a lot that you're more innately knowing in this time.
Okay, cool.
But Minorith, that's your held action. Trying to get off this firebolt as it seems to just kind of dissipate into the icy jacket. Valka, that is your held action. What would you like to do for yours?
I want to say we had talked about me using the held action to bring back up my Draconic Transformation.
Yes, you can definitely bring back the Draconic Transformation, as it has been enough time.
Before I commit to which type, do I, as this Draconic Blood Hunter, know, resistances, immunities, vulnerabilities for this thing?
You can give me an animal handling with advantage based on this Order of the Dragon subclass.
Animal handling? It wouldn't be, history or anything for, what I've studied or remembered?
It's more because this is in the moment and the creature is present. Again, unlike normal D&D, these aren't true dragons. These are beast dragons now, kind of part of this world. And so it's more, you might have history knowledge as a base, but it's in this moment combined with your history. What is the animal handling of this creature to give you what you need?
Okay, so it's animal handling, but I still get advantage because it's a dragon?
Correct. A 13, pretty good stuff. In your studies, and in your real life fighting, Valka, you think that this thing, being a dragon out of the north, has that classic, it's probably immune to anything with ice, and from what you're realizing with that 13, while it has this icy jacket on, it's definitely going to be immune to fire. This creature doesn't seem to have much else, though, I would say, on a 13, where it's more that, okay, it naturally is able to breathe ice, it's coated itself to be immune to fire, and that's probably the extent of its big stuff right now.
Okay. So, like, if I went for a blue dragon like earlier, I wouldn't get the lightning immunity that like other creature had?
Correct.
Okay, I will go for... Yeah, I'll go for blue. I'll double down, because that's, like, my Crimson Right damage anyway.
Gotcha. Blue dragon, Crimson Right?
So that's my held action.
Okay. You get your held action off. As this happens, Valka, the creature has landed, and immediately its eyes are out, so it does not have its normal action. Again, it is technically surprised, thanks to Menorith's prestidigitation and trickery earlier. As, of course, it has also used its Ice Stream breath weapon. But we are going to make a quick roll for that, because even though it's surprised, it does still have to roll a d6 on its turn to have a recharge, but as a 3, it does not recharge. As that happens, that will bring us back to the top of the order. As Adora, that is once again your turn, but we are now into true initiative. As the blind creature is whipping through the air, its snout sniffing and breathing in the snow and ice, trying to find you guys. What would you like to do, Adora?
How hurt is it looking?
It's looking actually pretty hurt. Again, you and Shen were able to use stamina points and get the eyes out, which is going to change the fight probably, but it's still then looking pretty normally active, shall we say.
Huh. I wonder if there's a way I can, hear me out. If I can take my rope, attach it to my arrow, and if there's a way that I can fire the arrow that I know it could wrap around any of the beast's legs. Like, not trying to full AT-AT it, but kinda.
Yes, I see what you're saying. It's that, can we get a rope around the legs? So I'll let you know, this will probably be a 2-turn kind of thing, because it will take a full action to sleight of hand check, get the rope and arrow ready this turn, and then a future turn with a stamina point to fire the shot to try to get it around the leg, if that makes sense.
Do that.
Awesome. If you want to do that, go ahead, make me your sleight of hand check.
Alrighty. Well, so while that rolls,
Giving that a
All right.
second.
that is a 19.
A 19 sleight of hand. Adora, you knot in the rope around the arrow, tightening it down. And even in this moment, that very smart, like grabbing a bit of like tree sap that was stuck to your boot, really making sure that this is on so that it won't just immediately snap off when you try this shot. That was your action. You could still take movement though, or bonus action, just in everything going on. Also, Dora, I totally messed up. You have Bless. Every single person has Bless right now. I will say, unfortunately, it's been a few rounds for Menorith Valka, some of the checks you were making. But just remember, everyone's got that D4 they can start adding in.
Okay. I guess I was just wondering.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Adora to beat that, but it's still that, like, just to make sure we're all aware. In which case,
Sounds good.
Gingy, that is your turn there, my friend. If Rebecca, are you available? I guess I should clarify. Alrighty, no worries. We can send the turn down the initiative order just for this half a second. We will then move on from Gingy to Shen. We'll again allow that, take a turn as Gingy and Shen a little preoccupied. Minarith, that will bring us to your turn then.
Okay. I made it back. We're both back.
Okay,
Yeah, we're
excellent.
both here.
Okay, sorry. I didn't want to just negate your turn, so I was going to send down the line. In which case, we will say, Gingy, that is your turn with Shen on deck.
Okay.
Cool. I think. So we're super early in battle, so nobody's super hurt yet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can guiding bolt this thing. That's what I can do. There we go.
You can. Heck yeah, go ahead. Go for a guiding bolt attack.
That wasn't great. How does a 13 do?
A 13, unfortunately, does not hit the current armor class of this icy creature, as the guiding light comes off and kind of shimmers and blasts against, cracking some of the ice on the armor, but not affecting the dragon currently.
Dang.
I have advantage because the creature is blinded.
Actually, attack rolls have advantage. Yes, you have advantage.
Oh, cool. Let's see, where's my
Guiding bolt.
There we go. That wasn't like much better, but how does a 14?
A 14 is so close, but it still barely misses the armor class of the creature. Gingy, you go and start forming this impressive guiding bolt gumdrop, and right before it shoots out of your hand, the wind kind of picks up and whisk it away just right out of your fingertips.
The gumdrop guiding bolt.
Not the gumdrop guiding bolt. Excellent stuff, though, Gingy, trying to get that off. That will bring us then to Shen's turn. Shen, what would you like to do in this initiative?
Okay, so now that it's blinded, I'm a little bit more encouraged to engage a bit closer.
Okay.
So where exactly am I on the map?
Shen, you had just taken a hit, and I'll kind of reveal you just around this kind of ice tent area. So even with these icy walls, you're actually still pretty close to the creature in general.
Gotcha. Okay. How tall are the ice walls?
They're about 20 feet at their highest peak, but right where the dragon's on, they're only about 10 because he kind of crushed them down.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, so what I would like to do would be to get in a little bit closer and make an attack on it, but then using the rest of my movement, if it's at all possible, I'd like to kind of make an attack on its side and then dart the other way around it. So it maybe kind of try to confuse it to thinking that there's an attack coming from not where we are, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I love it. Here's what I'll say then, Shen. Go ahead. You have bless with this, of course, but give me an acrobatics check, because what it would just be is using your movement. You would need to scale the ice wall a little bit, but you'd be able to attack and duck over into one of these other areas, kind of in this plan you're describing here.
Okay. Gosh.
Oh, a 9 acrobatics does not beat the DC 10 needed. So
wait, just a second. What's bless?
Plus the 4. 13 puts you over. You are fine. Oh. Just barely. That bless, you feel the cookie inspiration guiding you, and you are able to leap the icy wall. In which case, Shen, go ahead, give me a attack with advantage, of course, because of blindness on this creature, and you'll be able to finish your movement by kind of jumping a couple walls over and landing on the other side, giving that illusion of there was an attack somewhere that the creature didn't see.
Okay. Do we get advantage?
Advantage and bless.
Okay. That's a lot nicer. Okay.
A 24 for sure is gonna hit already.
Okay.
And a perfect 4. That is 28 to hit the creature. You are slicing underneath the scales. Go ahead and roll attack, and of course you had advantage, so you have your sneak attack triggering right now.
Okay, so that's 8 from the one dell, and another 8 from sneak attack, so 16.
With 16 points of damage, you slice up and in and watch as you cut through the icy flow and draconic scale and rip into this creature, blood immediately gushing and steaming as it hits the ice. This creature looks bloodied, Shen, as you whip over the ice walls and land on the ground. And of course, if you so choose, you could take a bonus action hide right now, but everyone does have the benefits of the stealth right now because of the blinded condition.
Okay. I think for good measure, he would want to still hide in some way, even if mechanically it's not going to do anything else. He would still want to hide.
Yeah, for sure. I like it. Go for it.
He did not appreciate getting hit by the shadows super hard that last time.
Yeah, that was rough when the shadows attack.
Okay, plus bless.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. 12.
12. You whip behind the ice wall. A couple member of the parties can still see you in this case, Shen, but you have this nice kind of vantage position of as long as the acrobatics work, you're able to leap over the ice walls and doing this kind of acrobatic parade around the blind dragon, keeping its attention in this almost spiral, shall we say. Excellent stuff.
Awesome.
That will make majority of the party. That brings us to Minorith with Valka on deck. Minorith, what would you like to do on your turn there?
Just checking, but does that mean... Oh yeah, I am. Sorry, I was checking some other stuff. All right, I would like to cast Ray of Sickness.
Oh, smart stuff. Go ahead. Yeah, let's cast Ray of Sickness.
That's a 17 to hit.
A 17 will hit the armor class.
Okay. Oh wait, we have advantage. I'm gonna roll again to see if I get a nat 20.
Oh yeah,
I do not
go
get
for
a
it.
nat 20.
Okay. Definitely taking the 17 will hit currently.
And that's good damage. 15.
15 points of damage.
And it has to make a Constitution saving throw or else be poisoned.
Indeed, it does. Let's go ahead and make that con save. That is a 4. Even with its its Constitution score, the monstrous nightmare is now blinded and poisoned in the same fight. So it has disadvantage now on everything. It has disadvantage to attack, disadvantage on ability checks, disadvantage on its savings. It's just looking bad.
Excellent. May I try one more time to do another Arcana check just in case it works this time?
Yes, please do.
Thank you. Not 13.
A natural 13. Minorith, would you like to know about what's going on with the ice or what's going on with it in general?
With the ice.
With the ice. As you cast this Ray of Sickness, which, again, that magic seeps even under the icy jacket it has on, you realize that these beasts are not naturally coated in this oozing ice. You think that this is something it has doused itself in, meaning it could be cleared away. As such, because that is its big thing, there is something about it where you realize it came with the ice on it.
Okay. I'm going to. I think I'm still pretty close to the rest of my party, right?
That is correct.
Okay. I am going to just mutter this very sharply to everyone else. Hopefully, it's not so loud that the dragon hears me very, very well. But.
Mm-hmm. In which case, that will bring us to Valka's turn. Sorry, I was just checking something. Valka, as you begin your turn, what would you like to do?
All right. I want to move like 2 or 3 squares towards the dragon, and then start sidling along left, so to get like sort of midway between the party and Shen. Yeah, that's a great spot.
Excellent.
And then remind me how my breath weapon works when I'm transformed.
Your breath weapon, for Order of the Dragon, telling about 2 seconds. I just want to make sure I have this all correct. Your breath weapon is an action, of course. 15-foot cone against your saving throw. It's a dex save. Level. Okay. In which case, and you did use the blue draconic transformation, so this will be lightning damage. I do believe this is just the once per transformation right now. So this is your big thing, so you'd have...
My character sheet says I can use it up to my intelligence modifier, so I think that's twice right now.
Oh, excuse me. Thank you for the clarification. So you can use this twice. The creature will just have to make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage because of all the stuff it's got on it right now. In which case, here we go. Let's go ahead and make its save. My gosh, that is a 3 for a total of 5. It will fail, in which case, Valka, it is about to take the full damage from your breath weapon.
Cool. So that should be 3d6 of lightning damage?
3d6 of lightning.
Oh, that's great. That's 14 points of damage.
Good heavens. This dragon is looking horribly bloodied as Shen, your sword comes out. Guandao rips into the scale. Valka, scales coming up, lightning blast. Minorth, ray of frost. Adora tying the rope around, getting ready to completely try to restrain this creature as within 2 rounds it looks horrifyingly bloodied, almost on death's door. But
excellent. It's that low on health that I don't think I'm actually going to use my bonus action this turn.
Alrighty. I will say then it does make the monstrous nightmare's turn. As it's sitting here, weakened and terrified, you hear it scream into the night's air, a blood-curdling of sound and noise like ice cracking against glass. And you hear that scream echoed thrice off in the distance. Approaching now, you watch as 1, 2, 3 smaller monstrous nightmares appear flying fast as they will arrive on this turn and perch landing here. They do not look to be full grown, but are still very big. Again, even the smallest of these 3 are still huge in size. The monstrous nightmare, having summoned them, is going to turn. It has a chance, of course, to recharge its breath weapon, which it will do so. That is a 4. It does not recharge. In which case, it is going to take a attack against Shen with disadvantage. This is Shen, this attack actually is trying to grapple you. So please make me a dexterity saving throw with advantage. Again, because of its conditions right now.
Alright, let me pull up his thing.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Uh,
And he does still have bless with this. Important to note.
right. Where's his dex? There we go. Dex saving throw with bless. So that was a 16 altogether.
16 will beat the DC 13 as large claws crunch down into the ice by Shen. Does not hit him. And so the dragon is going to fly a little bit. Shen can take an opportunity attack if he so chooses. But is going to fly, let's see, 5. That's got a bit of movement, yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 over to kind of be flanked by 2 of its clutch. The Monstrous Nightmare is going to perch there then, kind of on that icy wall. That will bring us back to Adora's turn. Adora, what would you like to do here?
So I see that there's definitely more. Can I try to make an animal handling check? My thought is this a mother and her children, or is this reinforcements?
Go ahead, yes. Make me an animal handling check. You have bless with this. It's very much that, are we looking at they're all attacking together, or is this, a mother and children kind of scenario?
Yeah. Then I'll roll that d4 too.
Yes.
So animal handling, it should be a 21 when it finally decides to go. And then I rolled a d4, and hopefully that will go through soon. And then we'll see what the 21 becomes.
For sure. And in which case, you're already looking at a solid 21.
That is now 25.
Heck yeah, with a max 4 there. A 25 will beat the DC 20 needed. Adora, you are looking as this creature flies off. The other 2 monstrous nightmares are not looking happy. You know, these 3 beasts that have now descended upon your party.
Can I hear anyone else, or is it me?
I can hear you. Can you just not hear me?
I just heard you when saying, "Can you hear me?"
Gotcha. Okay. Adora, the 3 monstrous nightmares that have appeared don't look happy whatsoever. That's easy enough. But you realize that the 2 next to the large one are starting to tend to the wounds of the largest one. And you think, very smart, I should say, this may be a mother dragon and her kin that she attacked, and some of these, and not so much as reinforcements, but as children defending a parent right now.
I have a crazy idea. Adora kind of recognizing that, these are children defending, and the dragon didn't really go on a rampage. We kind of shot at it first. This is Eleanor metagaming. She has lesser restoration.
Let me see really quick. I do not.
Okay. Well, I at least have healing. My crazy idea is to drop my weapons with the dragon and see if I can't earn its trust, shut out its eye. I don't know. Was the dragon a threat to any of the people here, or did we just straight up snipe him?
It did look like the dragon was a threat. The dragon came down, and like when Minareth had made the prestidigitation of like a full camp, the dragon did attack and kind of destroy this tent area.
So it was just looking for food, but it was gonna eat the people in this area. I guess then I ask my party members, do we put them all down, or do we try to stop and go for diplomacy?
If you're opening this up to the party, Valka's straight up gonna tell you the only good dragon is a dead dragon. Like, oh no, it has babies. Well, how many, like, human babies have dragons eaten? Because they're just animals, right? It's not like, and they're dangerous animals that most people have no chance of fighting off. Like, people are vulnerable to them in these parts. Again, like, I went to the notice boards in the town, and there were, like, bounties on the dragons because travelers were disappearing on these roads being eaten, so it's that, like, Valka's gonna say we gotta kill them.
Okay. Anyone else?
Shen has no qualms. About
Honestly,
this.
Minareth has a similar opinion to Valka too, because at this point we know that a whole caravan was just killed by at least the mother dragon, and it's like when a tiger has had human flesh. I mean, it gets to the point where it prefers humans because they're easier prey than other animals.
Fair. Alright, then, I have an idea. So you know I have my arrow and my rope. Let's see if Valka could try to get the attention of that, maybe Valka and Shen, the attention of that baby flanking on the left, and then using the arrow and rope, if I could try to attach, attempt to make damage and yet keep them all, if that makes sense. Like, if we're putting them all down, making sure that they're all put down and none of them fly away.
Gotcha.
Like, shoot through the wings.
Gotcha. If you're... So, yes. You have your arrow ready, so yes, it would require a second stamina point because you're trying to damage the wing by kind of grappling it with the arrow. It is now possible, so you would have to use a stamina point, but go ahead, roll me a d20 just like a hit. This is a flat roll because, again, none of the hatchlings, of course, are blinded. They're kind of all just normal. So this will just be a flat attack roll using a stamina point to try to pin the one on the left here.
So, with my longbow, right? Or are you
Yes.
thinking that I'm using the arrow? Okay.
Yeah,
So I'll click to hit with my longbow, and then we'll see what that rolls. Oh, that doesn't look too good. I'm gonna roll my bless.
Yes, go ahead and roll bless.
I think that is without a d4 and 8.
Ooh.
Okay, and then that is 12. No.
A 12, unfortunately,
So
does not
DC?
hit the armor class of the creature. You shoot out the arrow, and rope flies off, kind of giving that drag through the wind, and it pierces in the snow a few feet next to this dragon, who turns and snarls, kind of looking your direction, Adora. But you unfortunately do not pin this next one here. Excellent stuff, though, Adora. As you try that, that will bring us to Gingy's turn. Gingy, what would you like to do now?
I think I'll just guiding bolt again for now.
Excellent. Which one would you like to try with the guiding bolt?
Guiding bolt is pretty big in terms of range. I think Are they all in range? 120 feet?
Yes, everyone should be within 120 feet in this battlefield.
Okay. Since they're trying to heal the mother, I kind of want to go after her
Gotcha.
and just want and try to end her. And
yes, so guiding bolt on the mother dragon is like if we can take out the big dragon. I like your thought. Go ahead. Make a guiding bolt. You have advantage, of course, because this is the blind
advantage.
dragon. And bless, of
That's
course.
so much better.
Oh, yeah. A 21 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage then on this creature.
Yes. Let's see. 4d6.
You can just roll a meat directly from there. So if you go into guiding bolt.
Oh, nice. 17.
A 17 is insanely good. The Mother Monstrous Nightmare looks on death's door as Gingy, taking another gumdrop guiding bolt, alighting with this purplish holy flame, you wing it and it flings directly in between the two missing eyes of the dragon. It looks now truly on death's door within seconds of life and terrified that it is here as you have successfully brought it close to its doom. Excellent guiding bolt, Gingy. That will give the next person on that dragon advantage also. Shen, that will bring us to your turn there, my friend.
Okay, so he's a little bit too far away to finish off the mother dragon, so he's probably going to stick with the, I guess, closer, easier prey for now.
Mm-hmm.
So he is going to run up to the hatchling next to him and make just a Guandao attack.
Excellent. Go ahead with your Guandao attack. You have advantage because I will say you are still successfully hidden from these creatures. That was a smart check last time to still stealth.
Okay, so it looks like 15 is my to hit.
15 will hit exactly.
Awesome. Okay, so then that gives the 8 and then 11. Okay, that's nice. Holy cow!
19.
Okay, that's 19 points.
Whipping around, your weapon is just a icicle in the storm. You slash across the snout and whip around, tracing the blade along the back of the creature, who immediately roars in pain as you kind of just whip yourself through, attacking this creature back and forth. It is already looking horribly hurt. Again, it doesn't seem to have as much health as the larger of this clutch here. Shen, you can then, if you so choose, make me a hide action as well for that bonus, if you so choose.
Yeah, I will use the rest of my... I guess I didn't use my full movement to get up to him, right?
That is correct.
Okay, so then I can, flashing my feathers as a kind of a distraction, I can fancy footwork my way towards the tent above me.
Yeah.
And he can't take opportunity attacks because I hit him.
Oh, that is so helpful. Indeed, Shen, you immediately are out of harm's reach. It cannot attack you as you flee. Excellent stuff with fancy footwork.
And still bonus action to hide, because the fancy footwork is just part of my movement.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's one of those kind of free swashbuckler rogue features. Go ahead, make a hide action. You have that blessed for you.
Right. Okay, that's good. Oh, don't need a bless.
Oh, a natural 20. Shen whips off into the storm and is gone with a 28, just a flex. Shen is just missing from the battlefield is a swirl of feathers and blade, and is bringing down these creatures. Excellent turn, Shen. That brings us to Minarith's turn. Minarith, what would you like to do?
Far is the farthest little dragon from me.
From you, the one that would be closest seems to be the one that Shen was fighting. So we're looking at about 40 feet. Wait, 40, 50 feet from one and 60. Actually, oh, hold on. The mother dragon is only 45 feet away from you. But the two on the sides are 50 and actually it looks like 60 respectively.
Okay. And I'm going to move 30 feet towards probably the furthest dragon, unless the ice wall is in the way.
You would have to just go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You know, just kind of skirt around the ice wall real quick.
Okay. So, Ray of Sickness does not say that it has to be a creature that I can see. It just says a creature within range of 60 feet.
Correct.
So, I would like to target the... I don't think I can get the furthest little dragon, but one furthest to the right of the map, I guess I'll target with Ray of Sickness.
Go for it.
Wait, I have bless.
You do
Maybe
have
that'll
bless.
be enough.
That bless is coming in clutch.
Indeed,
Seriously,
Gingy,
though?
excellent bless has been getting everyone kind of that exact number we've needed.
Okay, 17 total.
17 will hit the armor class. Go ahead, roll Ray of Frost as the monstrous nightmare will make a Constitution saving throw as to not
Poison damage.
get poisoned. That is a 17, so unfortunately it will be able to avoid it.
Yeah, just a little bit.
And that will, though, be 14 points of damage towards this creature, who also, just like the one Shen hit, is starting to look hurt as it flies into this battle. Excellent, though, movement action, Minarith getting around here to attack that creature.
I ask Misty Step as a bonus action.
Yes, you may. Where would you like to Misty Step to?
I would like to move into... Wish I could show you. So the angle that I'm in right now, can I move one angle up and go into the corner? So that I basically have partial cover from the dragons, but now I'm close enough to be able to do Ray of Sickness to any of them.
Indeed. This actually, very smart, Minarith is going to be currently 3/4 cover from where you are with the dragons until they move and try to, like, negate that.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent, Minarith. That will make Valka's turn. Valka, what would you like to do?
I think I'm actually, because I'm closest to it, gonna run up to the dragon that Shen just hit.
Excellent.
Because I think I can get in melee range of that.
There are ice walls in between you.
Oh, those are full walls?
Those are 20-foot high walls at the farthest points out from the center.
So if I wanted to get anywhere, I'd have to, like, run around the outside?
So, like, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 would get you there. Because basically what Shen did was he ran close to the center and did an acrobatics check to go up and over.
Could I do something like that with athletics? Or try and, like, break through it because it's ice? Or...
Yeah. So if you want to break through, I will say it's going to be an action to break through the ice.
what if, tell me if this is something that I can't do. Would there be any way to, like, run to the center and clamber up on top of that, like, affluence where they're all meeting in the center and just, like, stand up there?
Indeed, that would be your full movement. Get up there. Just go ahead. Give me athletics or acrobatics to quickly. No, actually, you would have spent 25 feet of moving, so natural jump speed would get you up there, and a nat 20 anyway.
I'm nat 20'd anyway.
Valka, you hop on up. You're up there. You're easily up there.
Excellent. Okay, so now I need to figure out ranges, how far I am away from stuff. Am I within breath weapon range of any of these dragons?
Breath weapon range, I don't believe so. We'll just kind of check that real quick. Because it looks like the closest one's still about 5 feet out of breath weapon range.
Mm-hmm.
That one's about 10, 5. Yeah. So the closest one still is just about 5 feet out of breath weapon range.
Here's what I'll do. I will use my action to dash, and then I like to hop down, like, between the mama dragon and the baby dragon that's left. So, like, in that triangle that's, like, kind of between them.
Yes, so right in there?
Yeah, so can I get... Is that putting me within 10 feet of both of them at the same time?
Yes, it would.
Excellent. In that case, I'm going to use a quick Celestial Revelation. So they both need to roll Charisma saving throws.
Oh, heck.
This is my bonus action, and my action was the dash.
Yes. For your bonus action, that would be a 9 from the smaller of the two. These are Charisma saves, correct?
Yes.
So the baby rolled a 9 for an 8, and the mother rolled a flat 15 then.
Okay, so the mother succeeds, but the baby is frightened of me until the end of my next turn.
Excellent. It is frightened, can't, would have to attack you with disadvantage, and can't willingly move closer. Excellent. To the dragon's turn themselves. This dragon is indeed going to move away from you. Going to go over here. This one's going to fly.
Can I take an opportunity attack? Because technically that was willing movement.
Yes, you can.
Am I blessed on this?
You are blessed. Yes, you are still blessed.
Cool. Oh, I mean, it's 22 before bless, so I might not.
22 already before bless will hit.
Okay. And with Necrotic Shroud up, I'm doing an extra 2 necrotic damage to this. However, I don't think my weapon attacks are magical yet, because I haven't done any Blood Hunter stuff. I'm going to roll normal damage. I'm going to roll normal, non-magical damage, and then add plus 2 necrotic. So that's 11 normal.
So 11 plus crimson stuff, or not crimson.
So 11 points of just normal, non-magical slashing damage from my greatsword, and then 2 points of necrotic damage.
Yes, thank you so much. For a total of 13, all 3 of the dragons that have been summoned are now looking rather unfortunately bad. But each of them are going to take breath weapon attacks. That is going to be able to hit both Gingy and Adora. This one is attacking Minareth. Will hit Minareth. And this one is attacking down. Is going to be able to hit Valka with the breath. Actually, here we go. 60 feet. New ice walls are emerging as they The 3 that have appeared are blasting, so I need everyone except for Shen to make me a dexterity saving throw as these ice streams rip outward across the battlefield. Remember, everyone has bless.
Oh wait, this was a breath weapon. I was supposed to have advantage. So should I just like roll another?
Yes, just roll another dex save there, Valka.
Oh no, that one was worse. So I think overall with bless, my higher one will be a 10.
Oh no!
A 10. Adora, that is a 5. Adora, remember you have bless. Minarith got a 17 without plus 4, 21 for Minarith. Gingy got a 7. So remember Gingy and Dora 4 and see if that helps.
I mean, Zinji wasn't able to bless herself, right?
Right, excuse me. Sorry, thank you so much for that clarification. I messed up there. But Adora, you do get to roll a d4 and try to save their... I will say it was... let's see. So, Adora 5 plus... 8. That means Adora and Gingy failed to save. Valka, that was a 6 plus 4, 10. Just barely a failure as well. So Minarith, you succeed and you will take half cold damage here. The rest of the party will take 8 points of cold damage. Actually pretty low. But Minarith, that halves to... that is their turn. As Adora, you are kind of pushed back. You and Gingy are separated. Minarith, having succeeded, Minarith, do you care which side you go off on of the ice wall? Or do you want to be on the side that's not enclosed now?
Honestly, I'll be in the part that is enclosed. Because it's giving me more cover.
Mm-hmm. No, for sure. I think that's totally fair. So you kind of duck and roll out of the way as the 3 monstrous nightmares take their turn. Valka, the mother, is going to turn, kind of sniffing around, is going to attack you with disadvantage. It has...
Hang on, why does the mother have disadvantage? Oh, because it's blind.
Blinded, poisoned, yeah, everything in the book.
Yeah. Well, because I was like, it didn't get the frighten off, like, but it was everything else.
Actually, what it's going to do is, it is going to do kind of like with Shen, try to grapple you, but with disadvantage. Can you give me a dexterity saving throw with advantage then? And remember, you are blessed.
A grapple check is a dex save?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, weird.
This is a large creature, and you just have to duck as fast as you can out of its claws. It's dexterity to not get yoinked, for lack of a better word.
Well, I don't have great dex, so that's an 8.
You have advantage, though, because it's blind.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I can't roll above a 5, apparently.
That is 8.
I used my 1 nat 20 for the night.
You are grappled, and you will take 8 points of slashing damage.
Alright.
As that happens, the dragon is going to then take its movement and fly 30 feet straight up in the air and stay there for a round. So Valka, you are now 30 feet in the air with this dragon. That brings us back to Adora's turn. Adora, what would you like to do?
So, which one is the most hurt? Is it still the mother?
Still definitely the mother has been on death's door. The other three look okay, and the mother dragon has just now grappled Valka.
Okay. I'm gonna see if I can. If there's any way that I could shoot the mother dragon away to drop Valka, like go for one of the veins, like on the arm, the forearm, something like that.
Yep, it's using your last stamina point to called shot, like shoot the arm to drop Valka.
Are you baiting Eleanor into making me fall 30 feet when this dragon drops me? And
Not
take
at
a bunch
all.
of fall damage?
Roll,
Wait,
Eleanor.
hey,
roll.
no, I don't. I
Am
can
I
barely
trying to
hear
help
what's
you?
going on. I didn't know you were 30 feet in the air. I thought you were, like, a little off the ground.
This
Hold
dragon
on.
grabbed me and flew 30 feet in the air.
Okay, I did not hear that. You guys have been cutting in and out from me this whole time, and I've been trying to follow along with the map. I'm sorry. So if you're 30 feet in the air, maybe that's not the best plan. But, the plan is rather, the mother shouldn't be in the air. So I'm wondering because I know it failed last time, but if I could try to use my arrow with the rope, and if I can try to shoot through its wing to try and then, like, help bring it down.
Gotcha. That would definitely be,
That
again,
would be super helpful.
still the called shot, but yes, instead of just to drop Valka, it's shooting the wing so that it drops, or
So, like, shooting
lands.
the arrow with the rope through the wing so that I can pull it down.
Excellent. It would take object interaction, grab the arrow back, just, kind of coil up the rope. Go ahead. You may take your attack. You have advantage and a bless. And it's
Alright.
a called shot with a stamina point.
Uh-huh.
I will say a dropped Valka is better than a
Roll number
stolen
1.
Valka.
That's true, in my opinion.
Whatever it's gonna be, it's thinking about it. I'm sorry. Okay, it's 24. I'm gonna roll again and see if I'm gonna keep the 24. I'll add in a bless, however, just for kicks and giggles. I think we're keeping the 24.
Keeping the 24.
Let me add a 2 to the 24. It'll roll. Come on. Sorry. D&D Beyond isn't working with me. So it's going to be 24 plus 2, so that's going to be 26.
26 will hit.
And then max damage is going to be 12. D8 plus 4. And
Max
then I'm
damage.
just trying to see if I can get that kind of grapple on it to help make it land.
Adora, how do you want to do this? Did you hear that, El?
Maybe?
How do you want to do this?
Oh, I kill it?
Yeah? 12 points of damage,
sorry,
then
you
take
cut
that.
out. Okay, well then if I know it's gonna take it down, I'm gonna actually cinematically aim for the heart and kind of whisper into the arrow an apology, but that it must be done, and I let it fly.
You stabbing it through the heart, and I will say because this was a stamina called shot, Valka won't be dropped, but instead, Valka, you're going to kind of land on top of this ice structure. The dragon lands,
Yay, thank
falls, crushes part of the ice wall here, and cracks it down and does not move. As that happens, it dies, so the icy jacket around it dissipates. It is on the ground. Adora, that is excellent turn there. That will bring us to Gingy's turn. Gingy, what would you like to do?
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, there we go. Going through screens. So we just dropped the mother.
Yes.
Sweet. What are the babies doing now?
The babies just started by like ice walling the party and kind of closing and dividing people off. They look like they're dividing and conquering right now.
Okay. Do they have any reaction to the mother?
They all are screaming and look really mad at Adora.
Okay. I would like to what I want to do, I don't think I have anything for. I just want to like offer some kind of help and protection to Adora because I feel like they're gonna come and try to pound her really quick.
Gotcha.
So can I like hold my action as a like help action for her on her next turn or
Yeah, I think it's
something like that?
I think it would kind of count as a held action right now because then it's that okay, she's across me in the ice wall, so let me offer the help action when these things maybe try to attack.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay.
Gingy, excellent stuff. That will bring us to Shen, the Nat 20 hide up there, who's kind of been watching all this. Shen, what would you like to do on your turn?
Okay. So the mom is already down, so that fixes what I was going to do. I guess I'm going to come up to the one that's closest to me. It has its back turned. It just did the ice wall into everybody else. Mm-hmm. So I think I'd just like to come and make an attack on that one at the very top.
Excellent. Yes. Go ahead. Roll. You've got that hide off, so you have advantage and sneak attack going for you.
Oh, I'm back. There we go. Okay, so there's... I'm saying the hide gives me advantage.
Mm-hmm. And bless, I should say, too.
And bless. Okay, well, we're just keeping the... we're keeping that 17 plus 2. Okay, so 19 to hit.
19, of course, will hit the armor class.
Okay. Oh, no. Okay, that's fine. So that's a 5 plus 6, so 11 points of damage.
11 points. This creature is looking horribly hurt now. As you stab into it and it kind of whips around and snarls at you. Did not like that you got the jump on it.
Ooh, okay. If it's looking horribly kind of right there at the end. Okay. I think Shen is going to use his bonus action to make an offhand attack, actually.
Go for it.
Okay. So the offhand just won't add the extra damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, but bless.
Yes, you still have bless.
Okay, so that's a 15 to hit.
A 15 hits exactly.
Okay. And then damage, that is 4 points of piercing damage from the dagger.
4 points. This dragon looks on death's door.
Okay.
Oh, it is so close. Shen, you whip around, this thing looking at you looks hungry and angry and scared and is about to attack on its turn. Minorith, that brings us to your turn, my friend.
I can still move. I can still run.
Yes, Shen, fancy footwork for sure. Taking the rest of your movement, going 5, 10, 15, 20, kind of ducking back behind this tent here.
Yeah, even if I'm not hidden anymore, I'm still running.
try to get that half cover behind the tent for sure.
Yep.
Yes, good stuff. That will then make Minarith's turn. Minarith, what would you like to do?
I would like to move closer to the dragon in the upper left part of the map. And if I'm within 60 feet, cast Ray of Sickness on it, because I don't think it's been touched yet, and I don't want it to get away.
You can cast Ray of Sickness. I'll say, if you want to do kind of what Valka did early this fight, get up in this like center of the ice walls, you can make me an athletics or acrobatics as well.
Yeah, so I won't bother.
25, you're good. That will hit.
Sweet. Okay. Make a Constitution saving throw, please. That's 10 points of poison damage.
No need, because 10 points is all that was needed for this creature left. You whip around and boom, the ice and frost dissipate as sickness settles into this dying creature who, Shen, right before the jaws can bite you as you whip around, boom, falls to the ground, slumps against the ice, cracking it as it goes. Minarith, you have brought down another of these creatures. Well done.
I am so sorry. I got confused. I thought that one hadn't been touched. Is it the one on the far right that hasn't really been hurt very much?
Correct. It's the one on the far right that is completely open.
Would it be okay for me to change it to that one? I'm so sorry. Apparently I wasn't paying enough attention.
Unfortunately, I'm going to say, because we already said the far left and it was the one chasing Shen, I think it's kind of been done at this point.
That's fine. I'm so sorry, you guys. So...
I am quite grateful.
Yeah, Shen's grateful for it. For sure. Here we go. That will bring us Minarith, getting in, casting that Ray of Sickness. That will bring us to Valka's turn. Valka, what would you like to do?
So you said when I got dropped down, I'm now standing on top of this ice structure, right?
Correct, because of the called shot that Adora helped you.
Thanks again, Al. So can I run along the top of this to get to that baby dragon?
Go ahead, just give me, we're going to call it athletics to stay up.
Cool. That's an 11 plus I can roll bless real fast.
Yeah, I definitely roll bless.
For 15.
15 exactly hits the DC to run on top of an ice wall. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Valko will run you across the ice wall for sure.
So then was the one closest to me already downed?
Yes, the mother was downed. The one that Shen was fighting, Minarith, just went down. So the closest one is this guy that you're still about 10 feet away from.
Excellent. Just sometimes. Okay, cool. About 10 feet away. I think I do have one last breath attack, right? Because I only used one?
Yep, you've only ever used one this fight.
I will use that then.
Go for it. The Monstrous Nightmare will make its dexterity saving throw. You can go ahead and roll 3d6 of lightning damage. That is an 11 for both its dexterity save and for the damage, meaning it will fail and take all 11 points.
And it will also take two necrotic damage.
Ooh, so 13 because of the shroud. This dragon is looking horribly, horribly hurt now, as, again, wasn't really damaged a lot, but is now taking some of that damage as your lightning rips across the ice and dances and sparks and jumps and ricochets into this nightmare.
Sweet.
Excellent, Valka. That will make the Monstrous Nightmare's turns. One of them is going to fly up and over to attack Adora. The other one, 15, 20, 25, 30, is also going to do the same thing. Yep, it can reach. Both dragons descend on Adora, having... Adora, you kind of made yourself a bit of a mark here. they are going to first each roll a d6. Is going to cast its breath weapon at Eudora. The other one is going to just try to use its claw and rip against you. So, Eudora, I need a dexterity saving throw. And let me roll for this creature.
Listen, I know I'm a fighter, but I'm not dexterous, please.
Just to remind, Gingy also is offering the help action.
We're better.
Offering the help action. So yes, what was your dex save? First is a 13. Gingy did give you the help action, Adora, so you can make that dex save with advantage if you so choose. L, I don't know if you heard that, but again, Gingy gave you the help action. You have advantage on the save.
Can anyone hear me? Or
I can hear you. I think you're just not hearing us.
Okay, cool.
You have advantage on the save because of Gingy's help action to help you not just get ripped apart by the creatures.
Sounds good.
Yes,
Sorry,
no worries.
Cutting out, I cut out. I'm sorry. My internet's not great. Oh? Oh my gosh. Thank you very much, Gingy. That's a natural 20.
Excellent. You will take half of the ice damage. The dragon that is just slashing at you did roll a 21 to hit. So, Adora, let me tally this up real quick. So here we go. Here is... Whoop, that's not the ice. Here we go. 7 have to 3 points of cold damage. And a further 7 points just normal of slashing. So 10 total points of damage, Adora, of ice and damage that just kind of breathed into you, and you get erupted into this kind of little ice sculpture here as the dragons attack you. That will make your turn, Adora, as you are up next on deck.
Okay, so how frozen am I? Like, what do I...
By succeeding, it's thankfully not you're frozen. You're just a little stuck in this little ice corner pocket here.
In the little pocket. Okay. Hold on. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to attack them both because I'm a fighter. I can bonus action. Oh no, it's second wind. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I can still action. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and attack one, action surge, attack the other, and then could I then second wind myself with a bonus action?
That sounds like a plan. Let's go ahead. Roll the first attack. This will be flat against the creature that is attacking you. That has taken a little bit of damage, it seems, but not a ton. It's kind of both right now.
Slice one with my sword.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll...
Well, let's start with one because you are going to have to probably down one to get to the other because of the ice right now. But that is an 18, which will hit, so go ahead and roll damage. $18 will hit, Adora. Go ahead and roll damage. Hey, Elle, can you hear us? Alrighty. We're going to go ahead, actually, as we resolve these technical issues. This is actually the perfect time. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break. So I will see you all back in 5 minutes. Thank you all so much. jump back into our session. We were at our battle map. Adora, you have just swung on one of the creatures. You are trying to down one, trying to get to both as you are kind of cornered here in the ice wall. Your first attack will hit. Go ahead and roll damage, trying to break free of these two creatures.
It's going to be 12 points of damage. Then I'm going to action surge. And then I'm going to attack the second one.
12 points of damage is not enough to knock down the first, though. So if you're action surging, you're going to have to action surge to finish off the first one in front of you to be able to even get to the second one.
I won't be able to get to the second one?
No, you will not, unfortunately.
Okay, then I will keep trying to fell this guy, and I'll try and hit him again.
Go for it.
Alrighty. And we also still have Bless, right?
You do have Bless, yes. As 13, go ahead and roll Bless, because you're just going to need probably a few of that Bless to hit the armor class here. Three for a total of 16. Adora, your attack will collide. Go ahead and roll damage then against this creature. As you're getting that damage fixed up there, Adora, I will also then say, Gingy, that will make your turn with Shen on deck. Gingy, what would you like to do?
So I was gone for just the last couple of minutes before we had the break. But I did hear that I helped Adora. Yay! And then where are we in terms of just the last two baby dragons?
Yes, there are two that are praying down at Adora. One of them is on death's door. The other one just looks pretty hurt. Because Adora just did that full action surge, slam down, attack, to get one of them basically down. Still barely up. The other one is still just looking hurt, unfortunately.
Okay. The one that's barely up, I'm going to Guiding Bolt one more time.
Excellent. Go ahead, Guiding Bolt the other one. I like it.
Ooh, I have 17.
17 will hit.
Yay! Decent damage. 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage against the one that... Because you were attacking the one that was barely up, correct?
Yeah.
The one that was barely up with that 12 will be destroyed. As Gingy, your Guiding Bolt connects severely with its head, and you just watch the blast of light erupts around it. The one falls down dead, helping free away. Thankfully, now Adora's not completely trapped in there.
And it is covered in gumdrop goo.
Yeah, the icy goo dissolves around and is just replaced by that sickly Circros and red dye number 40 and just is stuck on the ground. Excellent turns, Adora and Gingy helping get that last one down. That brings us to Shen, and with Minareth on deck, as there's only one left, and it is already looking hurt.
Okay. Was I able to see how transparent are these ice walls? Like, was I able to see what was going on?
Unfortunately, the ice walls are a bit opaque. It's not very easy. You could make me a perception check if you want to see how much you would have seen.
Yeah, seen or even heard.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's get that. Come back. Perception. That was almost really bad. Okay, so that's 24.
Excellently stuff. Shen, you for sure have seen basically everything that's going on. You're hearing the battle rage back there, and so you know there's really only one dragon left that is a concern.
Okay, awesome. In that case, Shen is kind of getting into things. He's on a roll, and so he would like to use his movement to maybe hop up onto one of the ice walls and run towards where the remaining dragon is.
Excellent. Go ahead, give me either athletics or acrobatics as kind of like before, running towards that center where the walls aren't super high, but still trying to vault up and over to get in there.
Yep. Ooh. What?
Even with Bless on a 9, that's not going to succeed. Shen, you are stuck at the ice wall. You go and you feel the ice is already starting to melt, and so your claws kind of slip against, and you land back on the ground in front of this intersection.
Okay. Am I still hidden, or am I still? Because I cannot see my token.
You are still hidden successfully, yes.
Okay, awesome. Okay, cool.
The only one that is still up can't see you because of your successful hide check from earlier. I'll reveal you just to let you know.
Gotcha. Okay. Yep. Okay. In that case, being unable to make it up, could I try again if I bonus action dash?
For sure. Go ahead. Bonus action dash. You can try that athletics or acrobatics one more time.
Okay. There's acrobatics. That was almost a 1 again.
Oh gosh, a 21 though already is looking much better than the 5 from earlier. So 23. Shen, you are able to successfully leap up on top, and with the rest of your movement can go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You are right up next to this creature on top of the wall.
Okay. So that was my movement and my bonus action. I'm already here. Okay. Yeah. Yep. We're gonna do it. We're going to let's make a Wandao attack.
Wandao attack coming at. Go ahead, roll to hit.
Okay. Okay. Yep. Even on bless, that's not gonna do it.
Even on bless. The ice is now really starting to crack. The weight of this creature cracking down. And Shin, as you run, you feel your clawed feet are just desperately trying to hang on there. And so before you can attack, you have to just do a half-second hunker down instead of getting thrown off the wall and possibly taking damage. But you are now up here helping close in on this final dragon. Minareth, that is your turn there, my friend.
Yep, that's all I can do.
Okay, which one is the biggest threat?
There's only really one left. The rest are down.
Oh, okay. Well, my most damaging spell is still Ray of Sickness, so I'm going to be a broken record and we're going to cast it again. And that frickin' sucks.
Oh no. Even with Bless, Ray of Sickness goes off and just bounces off of the ice below the dragon, ricocheting off into the night air. It is so hard to kill this last dragon, apparently.
Wow. Okay, yeah, I can't do anything else even.
Yep.
I'll just sit here.
Minarith is kind of stuck in this little ice wall area. Shen is trying not to be thrown off. Adora is just now wiggling off. Gingy, you are just on the other side. But that makes Valka's turn. Valka, what would you like to try?
I would like to try and shoot my crossbow at this one pesky dragon that just won't die.
Big old pesky dragon. Go ahead and roll to hit with your crossbow.
Oof, even with bless, I don't know if that's a 10 with bless.
10 with bless does not hit, unfortunately.
This is ridiculous.
That is 3 for 3. Everyone is trying to hit this dragon, and it is just crawling that gecko like across the ice wall, avoiding crossbolts, Ray of Sickness. Guandao is just ripping its way towards the creature that killed its mother. Adora, that is unfortunately the creature's turn as it
Can I not get movement?
You do have
Can I
movement.
please be allowed to move?
You gotta tell me sooner. Sorry, I gotta try to keep the battle moving.
Okay. Just towards it. So, like, I think I have, like, one more ice wall I'd want to hop over.
15, 20, 25, 30. Basically, on your next turn, with a solid jump, you would be there, yes.
Okay.
Excellent stuff. The creature is going to attack Adora now. It is going to see if its ice breath attack has recharged. Excuse me, that was a D20, not a D6. Still a 2. Does not recharge, meaning Adora is going to try to grapple you. Can you make me a dexterity saving throw, Adora?
I mean, I've been doing a lot of dexterity saving throws.
Hey.
As someone whose fighter's skill is all in strength, not gonna lie, I'm a little sad. The roll has landed on, if I can read it. Oh, a natural 1.
Oh no. Even with Bless, that's not going to help you. Adora, you are going to take a full 6 points of slashing damage as you get grappled. And you all watch Adora gets moved as this creature is going to grab her, and both of them fly 30 feet up into the air. Shen, you would have an opportunity to attack as the creature flies out of your reach.
Okay, I would take it, yes.
Go for it, yeah.
Okay. Let's make that roll. Come on. There we go.
7 on a natural 1. Shen,
It's our third natural one. And
you go, as your Guandao is about to pierce, you suddenly get that horrible feeling of like, uh-oh, and feel the dragon's tail swing out, knocking. Thankfully, you keep your grip on the weapon, but you spin on the ice wall as Adora and the creature fly 30 feet straight into the air. Adora, that is your turn. Adora, you are grappled currently, but what would you like to try?
So, how close to death is this dragon?
It just looks pretty hurt. It doesn't look on death's door, unfortunately.
Then I guess I look into its, face, eyes, on the other side of its head. And, the same thing I just muttered. It's, I'm sorry, little one, but it's what needs to be done. And I'm going to, stab it with my sword of power.
Gotcha. You're gonna roll with disadvantage, unfortunately, because of the grapple.
Okay. So first roll is looking like it's settling. Here we go. That's going to be a synth 20, and now I'm going to roll again to see about disadvantage.
Yep, see if the other one's worse.
Oh no. Do we still have bless?
Do you still have bless? Again, Gingy's still up.
So that's going to be 10. Also, I have cut out. I cannot hear you guys.
No one's talking, no worries.
That's my turn.
I
can't really move, and
that is...
I've already picked my second wind and action surge, so...
Yep. Adora, on a 13, it does not hit the armor class. As you swing your sword trying to break the icy claws, it fails, and you feel yourself being pulled higher and higher. Gingy, my friend, that is you with Shen on deck.
Alright, so I am out of spell slots.
Oh no!
Hope nobody needs healing, because I can't do much. Except pray, maybe. So, let's see. I'm right there next to Adora still, and close to Shen.
Adora just got grappled up 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Kind of give that fly barrier underneath the two so everyone knows that they're flying.
Yeah. I think I'm just going to have to hold my action again to help. Maybe I'll hold my action to help Adora get out of the
Gotcha.
grapple for next turn.
So, help action, try to help get Adora to break it. In which case, Gingy, that is a smart held action. That'll bring us to Shen with Minarith on deck. Shen, what would you like to try?
Okay, so I'm going to use one of my stamina points
Okay.
to make a called shot on this dragon. So I have my throwing knives. I would like to hit it under one of its wings so that it can't hold itself anymore.
Gotcha. Hit the joint under the wing so that it kind of loses the fly speed almost and has to drop.
Yep.
I like it. Go ahead. Use the stamina point. Roll to hit.
Come on. Okay.
That is a 13, unfortunately, barely missing. The dagger, and as it hits under the joint, you realize the cold of this creature, the icy pyroclastic flow coming off of it, cracks and shatters the blade, and just doesn't pierce the skin and scales.
Yep. Okay. In that case, so I would have thrown the dagger out first, and then I'm going to drop off of the ice wall to kind of get out of the way from flying crossbow bolts or other things. Let's do the other side of the wall.
Other side, just a dragon's body, yeah. So that you
Yep.
can kind of drop in. Sorry, I kind of place you more in the square. Yeah, so drop down off the wall. Make sure I'm not going to get shot. Anything. Excellent stuff.
And at this point, I think that's really all I'd want to do.
Okay. I like it. Minarith, that is your turn then, my friend, with Valka on deck.
How close to death does this stupid dragon look?
It looks very hurt.
Oh crap, I'm out of Rhea's sickness. Oh, fine. Can... Oh. Huh. Could I try to use prestidigitation to shuck the icy stuff off of this dragon and potentially give advantage to the next person who tries to hit it?
Unfortunately, prestidigitation states all of its effects are harmless and instantaneous sensory effects, nothing that is physical.
No, you can also clean things.
You clean a soil object. Here's what I will say. For purposes of what Shen and Valka would do, you can clean an object. They would still have to use a stamina point for a called shot on the cubic foot area you cleaned the icy goo off of, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But I think that would work.
Would that be something you'd like me to do, or should I look at something else?
Actually, well, the real big thing is, the unfortunate thing is prestidigitation has a range of 10 feet.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
You would have to make this work. It is possible, because again, you could make an area that Valka or Shen could hit with advantage. It's possible. But you would have to first make an acrobatic or athletics to get on top of the ice wall, run over, and one last jumping check just to get up close enough for this to go off, if that makes sense.
Alright, screw that. I'm instead going to bonus action Misty Step.
Yeah, much easier. Instead of doing the, work, I'm just gonna magic.
No, I'm a sorcerer. Why would I work? Okay, so I can only do a maximum of 30 feet, but if I'm still not close enough, then I can use my movement of 30 feet to get within 10 of the dragon, right?
15, 20, 25, 30. Actually, 30 feet would put you would probably take just a d6 of falling damage, but you could Misty Step right within that 10-foot range that prestidigitation needs. And so it's, you Misty Step up, prestidigitation, make this cubic area of, before, a round passes, here's an area where your attacks can hit, and drop, just taking a d6 of damage.
Okay, how much damage do I take?
3 points of falling damage.
Excellent. Okay. Then I'm just gonna kind of say to Shen and Valka, okay, I hope that this is a good target for you guys. And that's my action. Hopefully that's useful.
Hopefully. I mean, you have now given them an area where they could hit the dragon. So what I will say, because Valka, your turn's on deck here, it's going to require a stamina point, but you now have an area where you have advantage to hit, and it's a stamina called shot to hit this area where if you hit, it's maxing the damage.
I had totally forgotten called shots were a thing until just now.
Yikes. Yeah, they're a thing. We're trying them out. Valka, would you like to try a called shot on the creature?
Yes.
Go ahead then. You're going to make this attack. Again, Minarith has given you the area, so it's an advantage crossbow bolt to the area under the dragon's wing, just kind of that heart area.
Okay, advantage that I'm blessed. I can do this.
Advantage and bless. And it's a called shot, so no matter what happens...
Nat 20.
That's a natural 20.
Woohoo!
Hell yes.
Thanks for the setup, Lonnie.
Setup. This is a solid teamwork moment. You love to see it. Valka, your crossbow bolt is going to double the dice, and please find the max of that, as all of that will hit.
Cool. Crossbow's a D8, right?
Correct. Your crossbow is a D8.
Oh, but it's not. So it's 2, so 16 from the dice. My dex is 0. So we're doing 16 points of damage plus. Is my necrotic damage doubling as well? So was that 4 points of necrotic damage?
Should be, yes, because the necrotic isn't your modifier, it's a feature thing, so that will double. So
yeah, so that would be 20 total?
20 points total. Valka, how do you want to do this?
It's that I was crouching up on the wall, like, ready to spring, like, I was reaching for my sword, and then I watched Minareth, like, Misty step over and set all this up, and so I just brought up the crossbow and shot for its heart.
Watching, like, as Shen, bam, dagger breaks against the ice, weakening it. Minareth, Misty steps up, cleaning it away. Gingy using all your clerical magic, trying to just pull Adora out of the grips just as you get her out. Valka, your crossbolt flies almost Hobbit-esque, whisking through the air right into that perfectly clean patch of scale, piercing the beast's heart. It is going to fall out of the sky, landing with a thud. It is about to take... it was up, it grabbed Adora. So, Adora, you're probably going to take a bit of falling damage here. Adora, how many hit points do you have left? How many hit points do you have left, Adora?
I have 24 because I second winded.
You did second wind.
Did
I will
trade
let
some
you
of
know.
my sorcery points to get a first level spell slot back and cast Featherfall on her.
Because we are coming out of initiative, the falling damage will happen before you'd be able to do that, if that makes sense.
That's reasonable. Sorry, Elle.
I apologize.
Here we go.
You're right.
The dragon flew 30 feet up in the air, so you're falling 30 feet plus the 20 feet, off of the ice wall, just that ragdolling fall. 5d6 of damage. 20...
Could I try to, like make a dex check to try and land on more of the ice and roll along with it to try and negate some damage?
Adora, it's actually what's causing the damage is you are falling into the ice and just kind of like hitting all the icicles on the way down. You will take 22 points of damage and are barely up with 2 hit points, my friend.
Yay!
As Adora just falling down. But we are officially out of initiative.
Guys, we're gonna get so much good stuff from the dragon carcasses.
I love how that Minareth immediately is like, guys, her, and Adora's just there like, yeah, guys, that was good hustle. Ow.
Shen is interested in what you are going to pull out of these dragon carcasses, so he will be a part of that.
Excellent. Anyone who wants to help, over the course of this time, the ice walls will melt. They are magically induced. They're not going to stick around. But I would like then anyone in the party who wants to help can make me a bit of, we're going to call this sleight of hand to just like harvest these beasts, right? Scales, meat, just whatever you can find, we'll say.
Can I get advantage?
Or would it, in a weird way, be an animal handling check?
Unfortunately, they're not alive, so it's not really animal handling.
That was all. Other than that.
I will say, Valka, you can have advantage in this moment. This is part of kind of your background. Let's see here. So Shen with an 11, Adora with a 3.
That's another nat 20. That was 3 in one night for me. This never happens.
Yikes.
Way to go.
Good stuff. Yeah, I was going to say, usually this is very out of character for Megan. In which case...
That's a win, guys.
I will let you know, because of the Mama Dragon, you did poison and blind and really mess up. There's not a lot of good solid stuff besides the scales left on the large dragon, which is kind of what you want, though, I will say. The smaller dragons don't have a lot to offer, especially the one that fell to the ground is looking horribly messed up. Again, it took all the falling damage plus all the stuff. Like, some of these babies aren't looking great, but we will start by rolling with advantage. We need to roll 4d10, keeping the highest 2. You will have 16 light blue scales. Actually, no, you can call them white scales for purposes to make it easier. 16 sets of white scales that the party can decide what they want to do with. As well as on a natural 20 Valka, you kind of tear into the larger of the dragons, and you will be able to get 2 large, almost like what we'd call that short sword-sized teeth from its jaw.
Nice.
Meaning if you have someone, the 16 points, I will let you know, the 16 sets of white scales are already, if you can find someone, 10 of those can be turned into a set of dragon scale armor. And same thing, if you can find a draconic blacksmith who knows the workings, these 2 teeth can be made into short swords here, Valka, which are pretty nice weapons, either for use or sale. Excellent. As this happens, all of you will realize the day kind of finally dies down. You know, the dragons are dead, and in a bit of what we would call that, like, blur, you do notice when, like, other people come up and congratulate you, that kind of give you that, like, praise. Some of them are, like, clapping on the back or, like, cheering for you. But I will say, as a party, what would you guys like to do or talk about? Because, again, you did just come straight from the well, had this battle, you had just some precious hour in time to get ready. You guys now have a moment to talk as the rest of the pilgrims here are, like, fixing up the tents, trying to rebuild living areas. What would you guys as the party like to do?
I mean, Adora's gonna suggest to go. I say we help. You don't have to, but I think I'm gonna help these pilgrims rebuild their tents, because it'd be wrong to, slay and leave. With that, Adora's gonna go and start helping reset up some tents.
Gotcha.
You said it's getting close to night again, right?
Yes, we are getting closer to the evening.
Okay. Shen is not going to worry about helping people set up camp, but he is going to kind of go back to Horrell to find confirmed shelter, or that we have a resting place for the night.
Gotcha. For sure, Shen. You find Horrell Bloodboot. This dwarf kind of sees you approach. Yay, I can't thank you enough. You've truly done a great help here, slaying these beasts. Is there anything we can do for you, noble Eric Cochran?
That feels good for Shen. Okay. We require lodging for the night, as well as possibly transport to our next destination.
Go
ahead.
I was just gonna say, Horrell kind of agrees with this. Says, of course, anything you need, we can set you up here at the camp. We'll keep you. Where is your next destination? Where lies you after here, the temple? Are you heading over to the great city?
We're traveling to Syracuse through Valnor.
Heading over to Ilvanor, down to Syracuse.
Ilvanor.
Can definitely send you that way. I don't have much, but I could see about, in terms of transportation, getting y'all some gold or anything to, make it easier to buy transportation once you make it to the city itself.
That would be appreciated. Your help will be. Your help is very much appreciated.
No, thank you for your help. Otherwise, we would all be, in the belly of those beasts rather than safe here for the night. I thank you. Anyone else?
That's as far as Shen's going to talk.
Yeah, Shen, kind of making sure, seeing what you can get. Is there any other things people want to do here or ask around for?
Yes. I can go first.
No, I was just gonna say that I don't really have anything specific other than just us kind of hunkering down for the night and getting ready to travel in the morning.
Fair.
We'll hopefully get Adora healed up tonight and everything.
Gotcha.
You guys see, despite Adora being on metaphorically 2 hit points, she's still helping. It's no, I'm good. We're fine. Let's just keep going, and we'll be good.
Yeah, Valka will help out with then the dual purpose of making sure this child doesn't collapse in the snow. Yeah.
That's probably wise.
As soon as Adora does great work, and it falls face forward into the snow.
Oh, geez, Adora. Please don't die. I would like to purchase parchment or paper or whatever they have at the temple. Because I assume they have something. I mean, if it's Odin's temple and he's the god of fate or prophecies or seer or whatever, then I feel like they have something to write down whatever revelation they get.
Mm-hmm.
What I would like to do with the parchment after you, I guess, let me know how much I need to pay for it.
They'll give it to you for free. You guys saved their lives.
Oh,
any of the clerics here will gladly kind of offer you up some of their stuff.
May I also have an ink bottle from them?
Oh, easily, yes. Most of that are super open with.
Great. Then I would like to, if Gingy is willing to bless the ink, then I basically would like to start cutting out card-sized pieces of paper and start crafting a new tarot deck. And I want, specifically some cards, I want a handprint from each of my party members to their own card. And that piece of that hair or feather that I got from my party members, I also want to just kind of attach it to the card. And then the last card, I want to get sort of like a handprint, but basically a footprint from one of the baby dragons on its own card too. I want to start making a tarot deck of my party members and then also the deeds that we have accomplished.
Interesting. I like it. I would say, yeah, you can go around to your party super easy. And, before these creatures are, shall we say, for lack of a better word, completely minced away by the people who would be, seeing if they could be used for cooking, burying them, throwing them to the wolves, you can get a bit of an etching from one of the smaller dragons.
Hey, thank you.
As you get that tarot card, all of you would be by the firelight. Again, Horrell will approach the party, and you see this dwarf kind of addressing you all, says, "Again, we thank you for your service. Please take one of these tents for the night. I've gathered around, and we were able to gather about 100 gold pieces between us all to see if you're heading over to Ilvanor. It should help at least put you up for a night or two there. Maybe get you some finer horses or things if you're heading further south to Syracuse. But again, this is the least we can offer, but we hope you'll always have our undying gratitude. As Horrell says that, all of you then will be able to turn in for the night. Again, many people needing hit points, spell slots back, and before we completely, of course, jump into the long rest, I would like the party to make me a group Constitution saving throw.
I have a question, DM.
Yes.
Oh, crap. The audio probably went out. But
No, I'm here.
I have proficiency in Constitution saving throws. Do you think I could offer the help action to anyone?
I mean,
Unfortunately, the help action can't be offered because these are individual things happening, Adora. Excellent question, but it's more of because these are all happening at the same time, you can't offer a help action because you're also doing it. In which case, Valka, Minareth, Gingy, and Adora, you all are able to sleep through the night, which will be good for you. Shen, on a 4, that is a failure. Shen, as you try to fall asleep here in this tent, eventually finding that comfort amongst the straw, pillow, and blanket, your mind becomes tormented with your dreams. Nightmares swirl in your head as you relive the day of your banishment. You see the disgrace and fear in your parents' eyes, the crowds that thronged the alleyways and streets as they watched your procession out. You hear the taunting jeers of unknown voices in your head. And Shen, as you awaken, you will note that you have not benefited from a long rest and can only take a short rest if you so choose.
okay, fair enough. I don't think I get anything off of a short rest, so...
Alrighty. No worries then. Just note, if you don't take a long rest within the next day, that will probably give you a point of exhaustion. Nothing immediate, but from now it's that you got to be careful, if that makes sense.
Yep. Nope, that makes sense.
For the rest of the party, everyone is able to take the benefits of a long rest, meaning everyone's hit points will be recovered, abilities replenished. For Valka and Adora, your stamina points will replenish as we kind of play around with those. And we will awaken on this, the 26th day. As we awaken, what I would ask is for the party, is the plan just to head straight to Ilvanor and just start looking for like a ride or carts, or is there things people want to maybe do? And I'll let that kind of be a party decision, let you guys talk about what's kind of the goal in heading towards this grand kingdom city.
I was planning on just heading out immediately.
Okay.
Just kind of going over. We're trying to find these artifacts. What one are we focusing on again? We had the option for Egypt. Are we really going for the gloves?
Um, well, DM, where is Osriantis?
So, you would know that Osrientis, you last saw Osrientis a bit more eastward of here. That, like, you might have a good chance of, like, getting some information if you head to Ilvanor, of, like, maybe finding where the people are traveling. Because Osrientis is very, what's the word I want to use? Hermit-like and wandering already. They kind of
Yes.
just move place to place. But, of course, it's, as a party, you have options right now of places to go, just because there's the where do you want to, like, start looking either for pieces of the sword or for other information. Because one of the last big things that was discussed is the idea of heading to Ilvanor. It would get you down towards the main road towards Syracuse, because Syracuse is one of these major kingdoms where things are going on. This major kingdom would have probably information if anything had fallen to the sky. Osrientis is a little bit more of a gamble of, if you can find them, they would probably know where to look.
Okay. I think I like the idea of going to was it Syracuse? Syracuse that Shen was talking about.
Okay, just me talking. I thought that I might have misunderstood something, but I thought the plan was to head to Syracuse eventually.
Yeah, I think then basically I'm okay with heading there immediately, and then if we are able to get information on where Osriantis is, that's great. Otherwise, we're more likely to get better information if we're in a bigger city than out in the boondocks. So.
So my vote is to head out quickly. Shen doesn't have anything to do in town right now.
Good to me.
Alrighty. In which case, you guys as a party can immediately head out towards Ilvanor. As you approach the city, I'm going to roll just a quick D100. 34. The weather isn't terribly improved from yesterday, but it is thankfully no longer a heavy blizzard. We are looking at, though, it takes a good portion of the day, and we are already in afternoon by the time you approach the gates of Ilvanor. As you see Ilvanor approach, the Grand Kingdom sits upon the banks of the Arctic Ocean. The grand stone gate, made out of this dark gray granite that is lined here and around this places, stretches all the way from one coast and hemispheres itself to the other. The kingdom rises slowly in the distance, and as you approach, you see that indeed they have many large buildings, each topped in the very Nordic architecture of this beautiful, like, soft palettes of what we would call that, like, blues and grays that approach upwards into the points where a lot of wood thatched roofs of the spires of these buildings stand. As you see, many of them stand with the spires where then roofs jut out geometrically in these 4 points, staggering downwards almost like a pyramid, where you see them go left to right, then front to back, then left to right again. The stone and woodworking of the city brings in a favorable atmosphere where, even though it is very cloudy with light snow, all of you can feel the natural warmth of the city and see that indeed many people are travelers coming in and out of Ilvanor, bringing carts and horses full of different trade. Ilvanor having, again, these grand port systems to deal with all of their goods, especially their large productions of oils and fish, and even the hunting of great draconic whales that live in these waters. All of you, in approaching Ilvanor, would be able to reach the front gates, wherein you notice that in the line there is a bit of a gate check. Ilvanor is one of these great cities that has not aligned with any of the major kingdoms, especially due to the barbaric archipelagos and the China Empire at war. So you see that there are guards that are kind of stopping people and asking for papers here. Go ahead. I would like the party, if you so choose, everyone can make me a, we'll call it a stealth check. Not to, like, illegally enter the city. It's more that, like, keeping your heads down and just trying to enter in without being stopped and questioned at this moment.
Can I roll flat on this because I'm not trying to sneak with my armor?
Unfortunately, if you do have these disadvantage for your armor, Adora, I think it's still gonna affect you.
Oh, boo! I have the same thing, and one of those was gonna be a natural 19. But I gotta take the lower one.
On the lower with an 8 and 9. Shen Minareth with an 11-15 is not bad. I would actually ask, Gingy, you will kind of help the party pass or fail here. Gingy, if you could make me a stealth check, if you'd be so kind.
Getting it all fixed up, just getting technology working.
No worries, you're totally fine.
No, I'm sorry.
Gingy, you hear the voice of a guard go, "Oh, is that a walking cookie?" And all of you are going to be stopped by what seems to be a couple guards. Standing at the front, this large, broad-shouldered tiefling man with that very bluish-white skin kind of raises a hand, goes, "Halt, my name is Carxus. Please state your names and why are you here?"
I'm going to say, I am the gingerbread man. Do you know the muffin man?
I will make a roll. This is 16. Does not beat the nat 20 needed. The tiefling guard looks down and goes, "What?"
Do you know the muffin man? Bringer of all things good and heartwarming and belly-warming and sweet and happy.
Right, is he a merchant here? Is this like a business group? I'm a little confused.
No, he's my father.
Excuse me? You have a cookie dad?
Well, technically, he's a human. But yes, he is my father. He brought me life.
I'm sorry, your dad is a human who birthed a cookie?
I mean, if sticking cookie dough in the oven counts as birth, then yes.
So he made you, but not made you.
Make an intimidation check and
Do we
say,
need
"What
to
are
have
you?
a talk?
There's magic."
Yeah, Dora, make an intimidation check. Like, yeah, don't bash on our cookie friend.
Oh, man.
I love this.
Oh, I don't like that number.
Oh no.
Hey, Gingy, can you throw me a guidance?
Yeah.
7.
That's a 7. Go ahead, roll a guidance from Gingy.
I can also give you advantage on intimidation because I'm proficient in it.
Yes, so Minareth and Adora are like, "Hey, yo, who birthed you? Like, why are you so obsessed with this cookie?" Go ahead, Adora, roll with advantage and add in a d4 with the guidance.
So I can roll with advantage. And then a d4. Okay. That's better. I believe that is going to be a 21 plus
Oh,
a d4.
already so much better.
As I decide to roll. 22.
22. Minarith, Adora, you kind of just like flex a little bit, and this dude immediately backs down off of Gingy. He just goes, right, didn't mean to cause offense. I just was curious as to why there was a talking cookie. Listen, if you're gonna be here in Ilvanor, just don't cause trouble. If you're here for work, you can find it in most any places. What are you lot? Adventurers, I'm assuming? Listen, head to local taverns. We've got some pretty good boards posted pinned for the night, but I don't want any of you causing trouble in my city. And you see this tiefling kind of like glowers back at this, and then just one last very inquisitive like look at Gingy, and we'll usher you all on through.
To be fair, I'm kind of with the party on this, like, especially like for a tiefling in this D&D world to be so worried about the mechanics of like non-human races. I'm like, shouldn't this be more normal, dude, for you?
As we pass through, I want to tell him, may the Muffin Man bless you with a warm belly tonight.
You see, you do this. One of the random guards behind Carxus the Tiefling kind of goes, oh, thank you, Cookie. And just kind of like says that. And the Tiefling whips around and just stares at him, just like, all right, move along. And just kind of like ushers the rest of you through. As you all step into the city of Ilvanor, you are greeted with a lovely, bustling metropolis. That light seafood scent is in the air of different like oils burning, woodworking and stoneworking here. And as you're going through, before too long, all of you are here, and you have a couple of different objectives. What is kind of the first thing, maybe as a party, you guys want to look for or try to get done here?
So I guess personally for Shen is how much would he know about pitch, or how much, or would he have some kind of idea of where to start looking for some information about pitch? Because he seems like the not good guy.
Yeah, I would say kind of passive. You don't think you've ever heard of pitch, Shen.
Okay.
Like having this, like, you know, Adora giving you guys the description last night, you know, now that you had time to sit by the fire, you don't think you've ever heard of him. And so this could be something where you might either want to find like some of those old libraries or mages in the city that could help find some knowledge, or just get lucky and find someone who's heard of this entity.
Okay.
I can't remember, August, did I ever make a history check about pitch?
Minarith, according to my notes, you've never made a history check about pitch. If you would like to.
I would indeed.
Yeah, go for it. Again, no one really had time. It was that you came out of the well and had that moment. Oh no. A 9. It's kind of like with Shen, Minarith. You have this knowledge of like, okay, this kind of darker being exists, but you can't think of anything either in particular or, shall we say, for lack of a better word, different about this creature that would stand out in your mind to give you more knowledge.
Okay. Dang it. Thank you for letting me try.
Of course.
Okay, I guess with that, then Shen is going to be wanting to find some kind of mage or scholar that could tell him about pitch. He's not one to go looking through books.
Gotcha.
Actually,
ahead.
same. I'll help Shen if I can.
Yeah,
I
I'd
was
allow
doing
it.
the same thing.
It's that now that we're in a city, let's start looking around. Shen, you can make me investigation with advantage. As the party, you guys can go start looking for maybe some mages or people here who could know about this creature.
Hey, DM?
Yeah.
I kind of have a selfish wish that I don't share with the party. I want, like in the sense of, like, player-wise, I'm okay with you guys here. Adora kind of wants to make an investigation check for anyone who has heard anything about Syria, anyone who claims to be not of this world, who, like, showed up, trying to, lay groundwork to see if anyone from Assyria is here.
Gotcha. I think that's a super smart check for Adora. What I would say, though, for Adora, you're probably going to have to wait till you either find either a tavern or more like open marketplace, just because you're going to, like, it's going to be a moment before you find, like, people who are willing to, like, talk, or you have groups to, like, ask around, if that makes sense.
Sure.
But I totally see that, like, yes, Adora, you can get that kind of check ready of, like, trying to figure out maybe, like, okay, where should we go for that. Interesting. So Shen, that was an 18 investigation. Valka, I see you rolled investigation. Did you want to do that to, like, add in with Shen's to try to get a better result?
Yeah, I figured, like, as a party, if we're looking for stuff in this new city, I would just kind of help add to...
For sure. No, I think that's totally smart.
Like, finding a good place for everybody to get the information they need or whatever. Just that kind of general check.
Mm-hmm. For sure. With that, then, that's looking much better. Again, Shen, Valka, Minarith, adding in. All of you start moving through the city and trying to find someone with information. After some time moving through the city, you kind of asking around every so often, a passerby would kind of point out to Minarith as she kind of, like, stops Minarith, this half-elfin man, just, if you're looking for magical beasts, there is a bit of a library up towards the capital. And he kind of points off, and you see, indeed, from where he stands, maybe a mile or so out, just kind of like far through the city, there is a taller building with a bit more older thatch roof, definitely one of those stand-in places that's been for a while in a city. This man kind of points off, just, yeah, if you head that way, you'll make your way over to a bit of the library. I know there's scholars and people there willing to help for researchers. We have our fair share of, students who come through seeking information.
Thank you. We really appreciate that. Go forth with the blessings of all that glows in the sky. She's just going to kind of flounce off to the direction of the library.
As you do so, dude kind of looks a bit interested and puzzled, moves on. As the party, you head over to this grand building and see that out front you see the Grand Library of Ilvanor stands, with different mages and students and acolytes moving forward, either in robes or heavy wool and fur to stave off the cold. And all of you are able to enter into this building. Seems to have a couple different stories here. You notice that there are grand staircases that lead upwards where many different books and scrolls exist. But at the front, in a bit of a meeting desk area, you notice there is a small halfling, looks more feminine in nature, who kind of looks up and kind of notes you and says, "Oh, hello. My name is Macadil. Are you all here, and are you students needing information or help?"
We do need information.
You see, she kind of nods. Says, "Well, it is my pleasure to assist you. I am one of the on-call apprentices of the library today to help any guests with information. Let me ask: are you looking for sources, academic, arcanic, of technological make, of draconic? She's kind of like going through this kind of list."
I have a question.
Oh, sorry. Yes, Adora.
Basically, Adora's kind of like, I wouldn't say like biting her tongue, but kind of like looking to her party members in like a silent question of, can I ask about Etheria? If she's seen anyone come in here asking for questions. Ask questions or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You see, Macadil then looks at you, Adora. Yes, do you have a question, dear?
Yes, ma'am. Has anyone come into your fine halls and asked questions and claimed to be from another world? Has words like Etheria, words like Horde or Bright Moon, anything like that?
You see, she looks and says, Etheria, I did have someone here near asking for about an Etheria. This was many weeks ago, but I would say they came in and left rather abruptly. They were wondering if we had any books on Etheria, which I didn't have any. We don't really carry much on other planes of existence, which I think they assumed this was. I didn't catch a name. They seem to be taller, long hair. This claimed to be a princess. I think that was what really caught my attention.
What was the style of their dress?
They seem to be cloaked in some heavy fur coating, like many different layers, but many people were. It seemed like they had acquired the coat here. It did not stick out in any way.
Okay. What kind of hair? What was the color of their hair? Remember that at all?
This is where I'm gonna roll a pure luck check. See if this hair was remembered. It's a 6. I couldn't tell you. They had their hood up. It was quite a fierce snowstorm that day, if I remember, and they really were in and out.
Did they say anything about where they were going, or did they just leave?
They just left. They seemed rather impatient that I didn't have answers and left without another word.
Wait, tall and impatient. August, can I make an insight check to see which person this is from the information I've gathered?
Go ahead and make an insight check with disadvantage because she didn't have a bunch of great information. While you make that check, I would say then...
But let's see. So the first roll has happened, and it's calculating. So it's 17, but now at disadvantage.
What I would say is, Adora, as you're finishing that, Shen, you were also going to help ask questions, it sounded like. So yes, Adora, as you're seeing there, Adora, unsure of maybe who this could be.
Thank you for answering my questions. My comrades have some other questions. Thank you for helping me, ma'am.
She turns, looks at Shen.
Yes, we're looking for information on a powerful entity by the name of Pitch. What can you tell us about this being?
An entity named Pitch? Do you know much more about this entity? Is this a, 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 a god, an elemental, a spirit? What is this?
He's going to kind of glance at like Minareth and some of the other members of the party because he's not quite sure.
If you could imagine all that was dark and unholy and mean in the world coalescing into a single being, that would be Pitch. Alright, Minera sucked at her history check. She has nothing else.
I like it. You see that as you kind of give this description, Mechadil will look at you. So this is a powerful being. We might hold some books on beings. Have you thought to check at the Temple of Odin? It's a few miles outside of our city.
We actually just came from there.
Oh, and they didn't have anything on this beings, I would assume then?
No, we were hoping to find more information here, but it seems that the library is a little incomplete.
As she says, kind of takes note of this, she says, well, if you would like to follow me, let's check our archives. It might take a while. There's not much to go on. If you would all be willing to help, in which case I would ask if the party could make me a group investigation check. As Mechadil will kind of direct you to the right tomes, but we will see. We just need a group success maybe to start finding some information.
I couldn't make that a history check by any chance, could I?
I think I would allow it to be a history check.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank you.
Yes, I think because you have the books here,
Oh,
it's
that
just
did not help. Oh well.
did not help. Here we go. Valka with an 11, Shen with a 23, Minarith with an 8, Gingy with an 18. We're pretty close. Adora, could you just make me your investigation or history just to see exactly what the lowest of the successes would be? And we'll let it roll for a second.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, you're totally fine.
Let it take its sweet time.
Let it cook.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be a synth 20.
Synthetic 20. Meaning the lowest of the successes was an 18, which is still really good. Shen, after some time, all of you are looking through these old tomes, smelling that rotting tree material and dust kind of soothing over the library as a whole. And before long, Shen, you find a book that is simply labeled Beings Most Evil and Unique. Upon kind of seeing this, Shen, you snatch it with one of your talons off of the shelf and quickly start flipping through. Before long, you discover a page that looks very interesting. All of the party, you can all kind of like see Shen has found this and can come over to kind of look at what he's found. The label upon the top of the page's heading simply is written in an older script, Pitch Black. Shen, you see that it reads through and kind of starts veering into an older script, but I believe all of you can read it. It's not... Yes, I had double check. It is not officially written in Old Common. It is simply an older style. Pitch black is known by many names, known as the darkness, the boogeyman, pitch. Pitch black is a dark, malevolent force. Since some of the older ages of the world, it is believed that pitch black is what creeps in and causes children's nightmares, specifically because it feeds off of the dreams of innocence and the young. Not much is known about the identity, or rather the appearance. In fact, it does look like pitch seems to be portrayed in this book as simply a dark, swirling form of matter, as this kind of crude drawing would believe. The book continues.
Before we go on, I just want to point out that I think Minareth's description was spot on so far.
Pretty spot on, Minareth, yeah. Centuries of this description states that over the years, many scholars and purveyors of the arcanic arts would denote that pitch is not truly a real entity, but that whoever wrote this being's most evil and unique considered pitch to be more of a folklore, something told to explain nightmares and even, maybe scare children as a form of parenting technique. But, of course, they must still note that, according to legends, this being was any of the worst traits combined. Abrasive, emotionless, obstinate, prideful, envious, and that this being was a manipulator, known to not only prey on one's fears and dreams, but replace them with doubt and darkness. On that 23, lowest 18, all of you kind of reading through, finding this, the last things you read are that the being known as Pitch, some said that there were ways to summon him. That, like the idea of demons and devils, these truly outlandish creatures, that somehow this being could be summoned with the right ritual, but of course that is simply preposterous. As this happens, though, all of you are reading through and do not notice a being step up over your shoulders, except, Shen, you feel a dark, dripping splash of water land on your silk, immediately permeating down to your feathers. You turn and see you are face to face with this Triton fish-like person who, rasping, looks, "Why have you come here?" And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
What?
Thank you all so much for playing. Thank you all so much for listening. And I will see you all next time. Goodbye.